give it a few minutes, see if some people come in. Hello. My camera's a bit shaky. It's because I don't really have a good gimbal mount. I'm just using a tripod and holding it. But yeah, thanks for showing up. It's a big thing happening. I'm planning on selling my whole collection. I've got some new plans where I'm going to be traveling a lot, and I just don't think I'm going to have time to play. Yes, Rob, it is kind of wild. I've been collecting for a little while, and I've got a lot of cool stuff. I'm not going to be really trying to sell it to make a big profit like some people are doing on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, but I mean eBay. Really just trying to get back out what I've put in. So I won't be doing like eBay prices, but I will, we'll definitely want to try to get my money back out of the stuff. But I've got a lot of stuff I'm going to discuss on here, stuff that might interest some of you guys. Like I've got the Analog Pocket. I've got a couple of those for sale. Hey, what's up, Canadian Gamer? I've got like the Evercade VS Founders Edition, and I have nearly every single game except the ones they haven't shipped yet. I've got Commodore 64 gear. I have boxed Atari 5200. I have analog Mega SG NT Mini adapters for those for the SG. All of it in the boxes, all that stuff. Again, I'm not going to be like trying to sell this stuff at eBay prices. I really just want to move it fairly quick, obviously including the shipping and all that. But so yeah, the thing that's changing with us is if you see here, this is where we live. It's beautiful, but we've been here a long time, and we actually left and went to California for a while, then we came back, and we're kind of ready for another change. And we're thinking about doing a lot of traveling to Japan, and we really just want to put all our efforts in that and less in the gaming. We'll still keep a few things that are portable that we can take with us. Yeah, and sorry if it's shaky. I still got to buy a gimbal mount, and but yeah, I've got, oh man, it's so hard to explain all the stuff I have. Anything from box Commodore computer with monitor, with working drives. I've got, let's see, what else do I have? ColecoVision in the box with games. I've got, let's see, fat, the classic, Atari 2600, that's a heavy sixer. Regular 2600s, I've got tons of games for those. Some stuff are still sealed, like some of the games are still sealed. some 5200 games are sealed. New Wave toys, like if you like those mini arcades, I've got a couple of those with the boxes and everything in pristine shape. So yeah, if you've got friends that are into collecting and they're really looking for certain things and they're looking for a decent deal, not worrying about the onslaught of eBay and the overpricing of stuff, you know, let us know. We are at some point going to be selling a Series X, and then I have, you know, the other consoles like if I get the Amico, you know, I'll probably keep that, but you know, just because I don't know, it's been a long, arduous journey. It would be silly for me to sell that. But when I get around to playing it, I don't know. I'm going to be keeping my Steam Deck and my Switch, but for the most part, everything else I own is just going to be, you know, I'm going to sell. I've also got, like, which is, unless you're in the area, I've got like arcades too that I'll be selling. But one of them I'm going to be finish restoring before I actually sell it. So this area here where I'm at is called Crescent Beach on Orcas Island. Of course, the tide's up, so we don't have the beach. Yeah, I'm kind of aware of that, that's for sure. I'm still gonna have my house here, so I'm not gonna be like a permanent resident there for, I mean, I'd like to buy a house over there, but I'll probably, you know, if something like that were to happen, I'd always have a way to get back here. But yeah, so it's kind of a big deal. I've been collecting a lot of this stuff for probably a good, well, over probably 10 years, but my heavy collecting was like in the last 4 years. And I picked up some crazy stuff, man. I got, like, you know, Steel Battalion controller, not in the box, but I have the full controller of the game. One thing I may not get rid of for a while is my Vectrex. I finally got some of the UV set up for that. That's kind of the thing I've been wanting for a long time, so I may not get rid of that for a while. But I have a 50-year-old EM arcade that I'm restoring the artwork on, and that thing's fully functional, so I'm going to try to reach out to some of the arcades locally that would be interested in that. But yeah, I'm kind of excited. It's like, I've been living out here for a long time, and I'm just kind of ready for a change, and I don't really feel like just moving to the mainland would solve that problem, you know, that itch. So my son's been really fascinated with Japan. Yeah, I felt that too, but you know what, Canadian Gamer, I find that, like, lately I'm just not really into playing games as much as I used to be, and I keep collecting games, and then I just never have time to play them, and then I feel like I need to go outside and do stuff, and I don't know, man, just going to a new country and exploring, you know, all the different things of a new culture. To me, I'd rather just spend my money and go there, you know, once or twice a year, just save my money and do that and see where it takes us. It feel like all I do is collect a lot, and then I find like myself not really playing a lot. And I can't tell you when I last turned on my Coleco or my Commodore 64. I'll put on a couple times, you know, a month, but it's kind of getting to that point where even if I did a lot of emulation, how much of that would I actually get in there and play? I'm just kind of ready to move on to something new and get outside, hike, and You know, we do that here. You can see like up there, that mountain there is called Mount Constitution, and they've got hiking trails all over that. We do that from time to time, and it's kind of hard to see, but off in the distance over those trees, that's called Turtleback. And that's another mountain you can hike and stuff. Thanks, Squealer Pig. Yeah, it's just I don't know, I'm just looking for a change. I've always been kind of adventurous, but the last couple of years with COVID and stuff, being stuck in the house and just playing games, now I'm like, okay, I can get out of the house and go do stuff. I don't know, I just don't, and I don't really want to try to be like one of those guys who's like, well, I can sell my, you know, gear for double, triple the price. You know, it's like, not really, I mean, I want to make my money back on it, but I'm not looking to get rich off of it either, because I don't really want to waste valuable time I could be using that to build up for my trip, and it could take you years to sell that stuff. Yeah, it's great living here. If you look, all you see here is all island. It's the same island. It's kind of shaped like a horseshoe, and so this bay here is just, it's just part of the ocean. But the problem is you got to take a ferry boat, and you get out here for, I've lived here since '99, and it's fun for a while, but then when you want to go off island, go do anything, you're subject to the ferry. So you have to plan all your day trips. Like if you want to go do something for the day, you got to plan a week in advance to make sure you get the get on the boat, or they're booked up. So there's no spontaneous adventuring off unless you're just walking off, but then you have no car. So but yeah, we're sandwiched between Vancouver Island, Canada, and the mainland of US, and it's very beautiful here. I mean, if you're a nature kind of person, this is a great place. But like I said, after being here, you know, over 20 years, you get kind of isolated. There's not a lot to do out here. You know, you hike only the same trails all the time, and you're like, okay, same little town, and our town's like right over in that direction over there. It's not very big, and it's got, you know, everything you need, but you really just get to a point where you're like, you're stuck in the house all the time. You know, it's like, well, yeah, I've hiked around this lake, I've done this and that, and it becomes kind of a normal thing. Like this beach, I haven't been on this beach in probably a year, and it's just because, well, it's not much of a beach right now because the tide's up. This tide goes out like probably a good 100 yards. It's pretty shallow through here, but yeah, it's just, you know, 20 years of being in any one place for a long time, you get kind of complacent with it, and you know, I love it here. That's why, you know, I built a house here, and I like it. But I don't know, it's like now I'm ready. My son's really motivated. He wants to learn the language and get out of here. And yeah, I think it'd be a fun trip. But yeah, if you know anybody who's interested, have them connect with me and contact me on Twitter. I have I have stuff I'm not even like naming. Like I got the Panic Playdate. Yeah, it is fun. It is fun at times here. It can be depressing up here too. But like I got the Panic Playdate. I even have the Evercade EXP coming, the Founders Edition. Trying to think what else I have. I've spoken about the analog products I have. Oh, if you ever heard of a Nuon, it's a really rare game console. Yeah, shipping can be. It does, yeah. It's not too bad though. I mean, probably I've shipped some stuff to Canada. I've also shipped stuff. Yeah, it's not too bad. I've bought stuff from people that way. But yeah, the Nuon was a console made by some of the guys that helped build the Atari Jaguar, and it's kind of like the successor to the Jaguar. And I have a controller that goes to that. Yeah. Yeah, it charged me like $10 to ship to Pennsylvania a little Atari cartridge to BHG, and it was like $10 US. It's not cheap. Yeah, it's something to take into consideration. Problem is, if I take my collection down to one of these game stores, they're just going to gouge me because they're going to they got to make a profit. So, I mean, that would be an easy way to do it, or go to an expo like next year and just bring all my stuff to that expo and sell it all there. But yeah, anyway, just let people know what Relic Gamer is up to. I hope to transition my channel into my trips, going live and doing live video while I'm in a place like Japan. And so stay tuned for that. It'll be much further down the road once we get, when we're completely ready. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. I kind of want to transition from trying to play games and stream things like that and move into like actually going out and doing stuff. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. Spread the news. Of course, my bracket's right in the way of doing anything with my phone.